It's Shawn Lam here with Streaming Media Producer at NAB 2012. We're here at the Adobe booth with Product Manager of Premiere Pro, Mooney, and we're going to have a look at Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 as well as Media Encoder. Now, there's been a lot of new features, and we don't have a time in this brief overview to have a look at everything.
Absolutely.
But let's start off with showing us a bit about the new advancements in the project panel.
Yeah, so I think the thing about the project panel is it's part of the overall UI refresh, right?
Okay.
You see straight away when you launch the application, much more media, much less chrome and clutter. And so we wanted to make sure that you know, in the project panel you had much bigger, juicier thumbnails and you just had more of a connection with your media. But there's a lot of actual specific features in the project panel that's just going to help you get editing more quickly and just understand what you've used and how you've used it more. So this is the project panel. First of all, you see we have big new icon view, 16:9 icons. They used to be 4:3, which was a bit silly. But what you'll see is you can go full screen on this, and we really do just take up all the screen real estate you'll give us on clips. So, you know, just really big, juicy thumbnails that help you engage with your media much more quickly. Lots of features in here. The most obvious one being this. That's Hover Scrub, so that's just a great, easy way of just getting access to, you know, get an idea of what you're working with or what you might be working with. All switch offable. Some people hate Hover Scrub, so we'll let them switch it off. But what's really nice in here is I'm actually able to start my edit in a much more sort of intuitive and quicker way.
Okay.
Because you have Hover Scrub, but once you click on a clip, you see my scroll wheel's a bit broken there. Once you click on a clip, it gives you this little playhead that you can just scrub around. You can also use JKL keyboard shortcuts to play this back and forwards. And what you can do right in here is mark an in and an out range right inside the project panel.
Just using the I/O on the keyboard like we would normally do.
Same shortcuts, and it just means, you know, instead of having a double click to load into the source monitor, splice into a sequence, you can just do it all in place. One of the really nice things about this, and I know this is another thing you want to talk about, is a new technology we have called Mercury Transmit.
Yes.
That's a way of us integrating much better with third-party hardware.
Okay.
So basically, the way I describe it is, think of our Mercury playback engine.
That's the GPU acceleration with NVIDIA.
Correct. Well, it's 64-bit plus CPU plus GPU. We support OpenCL actually on MacBook Pros as well now, so it's not just CUDA.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Mercury engine is the thing under the hood. The way I describe Mercury Transmit is, imagine we built a socket inside the Mercury playback engine, and the third parties like AJA, Blackmagic, Matrox, they just build the plug. They plug into Mercury, we pass them video frames wherever you are in the app. The reason I'm telling you that is, if I click on a clip in the project panel and scrub around and play, that's going to pass out of Mercury Transmit. So I get a much sort of quicker idea of what I've got on a full resolution display. As soon as I go into the source monitor and hit play, that's going to pass out of Transmit. Play back the sequence, so very sort of dynamic updating of what you're working with.
So this is when you're using one of those third-party AJA, Blackmagic Design, Matrox to use external monitoring.
Correct.
Okay.
You're also going to see NVIDIA support it with their Quadro boards, with their SDI piggyback board. So yeah, lots more options for just much more reliable, proper monitoring with full Mercury playback engine performance.
And now, one of the other features that I've been working on you guys in the last 2 years to fix is the presets.
Yes.
The export presets have always been locked to a specific frame rate, so the YouTube preset might have had 30.0 frames per second with a non-drop frame, and we don't really work in that. But what have we done now to rectify or to match the source to the export?
Well, so just to sort of take a step back for a second, you know, our customers, we know that nobody just encodes to one format anymore. Everyone's encoding to 15 different versions, and you need to be able to quickly identify what your output format is with usable, useful presets in a browser. So if I just jump over to Media Encoder here, what I've done there is I've just imported a sequence from Premiere Pro. That's just a drag-drop feature, and you'll see we've already got one setting that we've made. But this is the real this is the important bit, and this is what I know you've been crying out for. So what you'll see in here is we have all of these different presets arranged in folders for basically any output format you can imagine. From high-end broadcast formats, MXF OP1A. We're really good at doing multi-channel audio again now. So again, no, we're really good at doing it now. Okay. So you know, I can just basically go through my browser. Let's say I want to do a master for a 2976 1080p HDTV. I can just drag it into the list. What's really useful and interesting about this is I've got one sequence and multiple outputs, or one clip and multiple outputs. And what we now do in Media Encoder to really speed the process up is we decode once and encode multiple. It used to be that for every format, we'd do the decode and then we do the re-encode, which is a slow process. Now, as you build up this list, and here's all your other devices as well, by the way. You know, I've got, oh, sorry, this scroll wheel is broken. But I've got all the Apple presets, all the Android presets, pretty much any device you can think of. You just drag, drop those sequence settings in to populate the list, hit go, and like I say, it's going to decode once, encode many. It's just a much faster, more powerful workflow.
Okay, so we got the presets now that for multiple devices, but as well multiple frame rates.
Absolutely, as you can see, they are all here. All of the things could ever dream of. All of the different frame rates are right there and right accessible.
So this has been Shawn Lam with Al Mooney at the Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 demo here at their booth at NAB 2012. Thanks a lot for a quick overview.
Thank you.